The Chaser Report is recorded on Gadigal land.
Striving for mediocrity in a world of excellence. This is the Chaser Report.
Hello and welcome to the Chaser Report with Dom and Charles. And Dom, bit of a disaster today.
Really? Because
Yes.
I'm on a high, Charles. The world has responded incredibly positively to our first ever talkback episode of the Chaser Report last Thursday afternoon at 3 p.m. Sydney time. We recorded a whole bunch of listeners calling in on Zoom.
Yes.
We didn't set any of them up. They were real people.
Yes.
And it was a really enjoyable chat. Our listeners are fine, discerning people. I'm still on a high from that. Shall we do it again this week?
Yes, I think we should at 3 p.m. on Thursday, Sydney time.
Yeah, check the Chaser socials. We may move around. We're a bit disorganised. But it was amazing. It was really fun. And by the way, paying subscribers can listen to the entire unedited thing. We've put it up for those paying $4 a month on Apple Podcasts or Acast Plus.
Yeah, and to my surprise, people have actually been listening to the unedited
We got an
version.
email early Monday morning
Yes.
saying, I really enjoyed the unedited version. I didn't think it'd work. I mean, fair point.
Yeah.
But that was fabulous. So I'm on a high from that, which I just plugged.
And I think the best part is we got people from all around Australia, except for Perth, because it's very inconvenient to have talkback at 1 p.m. in Perth.
Well, you say that, but someone made the effort to ring in from New York City.
From New York at 1 a.m.
So I think it was JT. So, you know, and throw some shade on AOC.
Yes.
About time for that. But, Charles, there's an issue today. Let's just say there's a consumer relations problem. We'll hear about it after this.
So, Dom,
Yes.
I was running out of money the other day, as you do.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, you know, Max Chandler Mather seems to understand the plight of normal people, but everyone else doesn't seem to.
Well, it's when you run an increasingly small business, these things happen. Yeah,
That's
smaller
right.
by the day.
Anyway, so I thought, why not get rid of the massive quantities of absolute pure shit that are in the warehouse of the Chaser? We've accumulated over the years that are just terrible products that nobody wanted to buy.
Because you've launched many things. It's basically your approach to product development seems to be throwing shit up against a wall, seeing what sticks. And a surprising amount has stuck, really, to my mind.
Yes.
But we now have a perfectly selected collection of stuff that nobody wants, as has been proven over and over again. So
Yes.
you've got to get it out the door.
Well, there was a few items, so to my surprise in the warehouse, that the computer system, like chasershop.com, had as out of stock.
Right.
That were actually very popular, and we'd had hundreds in the warehouse, but it had been out of stock. And so, anyway.
They just sat there. And were some of them topical items that, had they
Yes.
been in stock, would have sold?
Well, especially the Chaser Annual. Like, there was a whole lot of Chaser Annuals, which are very popular because they're actually good, because half of them's written by James Scheffel from The Shovel.
Oh, the shovel's very good. Have you
Yes,
noticed? Like,
it's
they're
very
very
good.
sharp this year.
Yes, they're very good.
If I were you, I'd do a tour with that guy.
Yeah.
And maybe just sit back and let him do a lot of the comedy writing. Yeah.
Anyway, it's the Stocktake sale. It's still on. It's also known as the terrible product sale. But the problem is, ran into a bit of a problem, and this person rang me up on the weekend and complained about it.
Because everyone has your phone number.
Yes, because, well, actually, that is the only phone number for the Chaser now, given that we have an increasingly small business.
It's just Charles and his
Yeah.
mobile. So
Anyway.
you can't say there's no one on the other end of the phone. There is. The bad news is that person is Charles.
But the point is that I think I've also broken consumer law the way, because it's sort of a bait and switch problem. Anyway, what I did is I invited Marcel. I thought, how do you make up if you've got a bad consumer problem? What you do is you invite them on the podcast as their sort of right of reply.
It's a unique approach to customer affairs. But we did have Marcel in a short while ago. I just turned up and this random guy's sitting in the podcast studio.
But the good thing is he's very good at sort of tech. So he's going to help also reconstruct the studio as well.
You brought him in to lodge a complaint and he had to work setting up our studio.
Yeah.
Here's how it went.
Dom, sitting in the studio with us here is a very special guest.
I'm very confused. I mean, sir, welcome.
Thank you, Dom.
Marcel is here.
Yes.
I've been told that he has feedback of some kind.
Yes.
I'm hoping this is going to be another classic Firth disaster story.
Yes. Marcel, we don't know each other.
Not at all. We've never met before.
No. This morning you rang me and you were quite irate.
Well, irate strong. I was curious, and I had received the email the night before, and
This is for the terrible product sale that we've just put on chasershop.com. If you want
Terrible product sale. That sounds very on brand.
Yeah, so because we got contacted by the warehouse a few weeks ago going, Charles, literally there is like mountains of shit that has accumulated over the last like 5 or 6 years. Do you just do you want us to just send it to the tip? Because it's costing you money to store it at the warehouse. And I said, no, let's have a terrible product sale for all our most terrible selling products, right? And so I sent out an email.
Sent out an email
to our most loyal customers, and you were one of them.
I was one of them, and I clicked through because I love a bargain.
Yes.
And I saw the Scott Morrison, Rupert Murdoch toilet paper.
Very topical toilet paper.
Fabulous.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
And having purchased them previously as Christmas presents at the full rate of $19.95,
yes.
when I saw them advertised for $1,
$1.
I thought,
$1.
$1? How can you say no? That's 50 cents a roll. That's like, who gives a crap?
Well, to be fair to me, just for a second,
Never a priority.
I actually thought we'd sold out of all our toilet paper, but it turns out we hadn't. It's just the computer system, like the Shopify store, noted our inventory as 0, even though there was just a shit ton in the warehouse. So to be fair, that one, and toilet paper takes up a lot of space.
Yes.
I probably could have offloaded that toilet paper for like $100 a roll at the height of the pandemic. But and I didn't know. I didn't know I was basically a Bitcoin billionaire in toilet paper.
Yeah, but timing is everything.
But timing's everything. The toilet paper market crashed, and then I had to offload it for $1.
Well, the good news is there's another variant on the rise.
Yeah.
So you sure you don't want to hang on to it?
That's right, exactly. Yeah, bring on the pandemic.
And I mean, Scott Morrison's clearly going to make a comeback as Prime Minister in a few years' time.
Do you really think so? No.
But so you click through,
Click
and what
through.
happens?
What happens is then you land on you order. So I ordered 5 packets. You get to the checkout.
Yeah.
It's gone up to $4.
Yes.
Okay. I still think it's a bargain.
Bargain?
Okay. Still 25% of what it was originally.
Yes.
Actually 20%.
Yes.
So I thought, I like the guy, so I'll click through. I paid my $4 twin pack. But then in the morning when I got up, went through my emails, found that I had the
Original email.
No, not the original email. I had the
The
order had
transaction.
gone through.
Yeah.
I thought,
That's
misrepresentation.
That's the sort of thing that if the checkout were on today,
I know.
they would crack down
Your
on.
own team would be.
Yes.
Exactly. So I
Yes.
thought, look, there's a mobile number. I'll ring it.
Yes.
Just to voice my concern.
Yes.
That you have got a mismatch in your emails and checkout procedure.
Yes.
Lo and behold, you answer the phone.
Yes.
And
There's
then
no one else at this organisation. There were a couple of interns at one point, but
Nah.
they went on
They're gone.
to better things.
Well, if we'd sold a few more packets of toilet paper, maybe we could still afford to employ them. But
It's noble that you do pay for your interns.
so was it advertised at $1 for 4? Is that the issue?
no,
rather
dollar
than
for a
4?
2B. No. I'll tell you exactly what happened, and this is. There's been a couple of fuck-ups with this terrible product sale. And so I think it's not misrepresenting to say that it is a terrible sale.
It is a terrible, terrible product.
There are
sale.
some things that I get the impression that you're overstocked on that haven't moved as well as anticipated.
Yes, exactly. But toilet paper, what happened was, so I started out selling it for $1, and that's when I would have sent out the email. But then what happened was we got flooded with orders for 15 packs of 2 packs of toilet paper. Now, the whole point is that sending out toilet paper is incredibly expensive. Like, no one's thought through the business model of home-delivered toilet paper.
Can I just hold
paper
you?
except for who gives a crap.
You have not
Right.
thought it through.
Yeah, but you're charging delivery.
No, but I'm charging $6.95 flat fee delivery.
Oh, okay.
But if you buy 15, 30 rolls of toilet paper, we're losing money. right?
Shipping's based on volume.
And so the warehouse rang up and said, Charles, you're going to be losing money on every transaction on this toilet paper if people keep on buying too much toilet paper. Like literally, this is a great sale as long as no one buys the
But
product.
isn't the way that all online stores work
yeah.
that you charge an enticingly low price and then the shipping's like 50
Yeah, that's
bucks?
what I should have done. Anyway, no, but then I just saw in my haste, I thought, well, don't get rid of the nice shipping, reliability. Just jack up the price so that people don't game the system to get too much toilet paper. But you were injured in that process because I thought no one will know. Like, what's the difference? Like,
And
just
who
make it
cares?
so that I'm not losing money. But yeah, you're right. I totally defrauded you.
And I did feel terrible
Yeah.
because, I mean, as I said, when you picked up the phone, I said, I haven't got you out of bed or anything, have I? Because you had that real sleepy tone about you.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. No, well, that's just my customer service.
He was
voice.
up late worrying about the
Yeah.
amount of shit that's in the warehouse, I suspect.
The Chaser Report. News a few days after it happens.
But what I've offered, Marcel, and you gracefully agreed, is I found the sole remain because the thing is we had lots of different types of toilet paper, and even though he wasn't Prime Minister at the time, Peter Dutton toilet paper sold out almost instantly.
Oh, they knew. People
Yes.
knew.
And so I have the sole remaining Peter Dutton toilet paper at my house. And I was going to bring it in today. I forgot to bring it in today for you. And the great thing is the Peter Dutton one is brown coloured. So it looks really bad.
So is our complaint
his face
system now,
looks brown.
Charles, is the complaint system now like consumer affairs at the Chaser?
Yeah.
You have to come on the podcast?
Yes.
Is that the way it works?
Well,
to get
then-
any sort of customer service, you got to A, ring Charles's
Yeah.
personal mobile,
Yeah.
and B, come on the podcast and complain.
No, but look, no, it's just
And
then
do the
you-
lights.
You were going to, and then actually Marcel came in and he said, "Oh, I'm in tech," and he's helped out with the lighting for the studio, for the new studio. So.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Yeah.
Do you want to be paid in toilet paper? Because I know a guy who's got a bunch.
Anyway, well, thank you. So sorry is the point.
So apologies accepted and unrequired.
Yeah, and thank you for coming on the podcast and helping us plug the terrible product sale. You can go to chasershop.com.
It says Stocktake sale, which sounds boring rather than terrible product
is that
sale.
what it says?
Does, but I've got it up here. And yeah,
Oh, really?
you know what's a really good deal? The Greetings from Bondi COVID beach towel.
Yes. Oh, that's the other one is all the Scott Morrison beach towels. So a whole lot of people ordered the Scott Morrison beach towel. The
Oh,
actual
okay.
takeaway.
Yeah.
Still relevant.
Still relevant. And then the warehouse said, oh, by the way, actually, you don't have any of those. Because they sent through a list of things that they still had. And they said, oh, you got like 20 Scott Morrison in-action figure
Oh, the beach towel.
beach
yeah.
towels.
Got any Christmas cards?
And then they lied to me. Oh, yeah, we've got tons of Christmas cards.
Signed
they were
copies
great.
of our CD.
Yeah.
Which
No
nobody
one
would
bought at the
possibly want.
time.
Who has a CD? But why the hell did we release a CD?
Remember when we released a CD?
Because we wanted to win an aria.
We wanted
Oh,
to.
well.
We joined Aria to try and win a CD, like to win an Aria,
Fabulous.
I mean, some of us already.
and printed out a physical CD.
It's a very nice award.
Nobody bought it.
Marcel, do you want an avocado pool toy?
I offered him one, and he didn't want one.
Do you want 5?
Having listened, you're having issues with the avocado pool toy.
Shut
aren't
up.
you?
I mean, it
We
started
don't
with
need
the
to talk
concept.
about no.
And I was thinking it
No.
through. How do you lie on it if it's got a bump in the middle?
I mean, that's one of many.
That's your issue with it.
The joke was they can't afford a house, they can afford the smashed avocado. But it was originally sold for $59.
Well,
they couldn't
I think
afford it.
the idea was I was thinking like aim it at the baby boomer market to give to their kids, saying, "Look, I'm not going to give you a house, but here's an avocado."
And use the pool when you come over.
And yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
And exactly. Yeah, because that's the thing is no one who doesn't have a house doesn't have
And you forgot
terrible
that the
product.
boomers are already subsidising their children
Yeah.
still to this day.
And-
So they're not going to give them anything else.
And also, I forgot that avocados is a 2017 comedy reference and is now 2023.
You can get the 100th issue of the Chaser newspaper for $1. That's a pretty good.
That's
that
a
was good.
huge bargain. Yeah.
I mean, some of the jokes were topical for last year, but
Yeah.
it's a nice piece of work. I'm very proud of that.
And actually, I reckon the best product on there is the 20 Years of Mediocrity Chaser.
Oh, the
book.
best of.
Yeah, the
that's-
best of the Chaser, which has all these interviews, like real interviews with the founders of the Chaser, which we just like is a really good book. And
It's good.
And what's that going for at the moment?
I think it's like $20.
$15.
$15?
In our 20 years of producing a huge amount of content and 100 episodes, 100 editions of the Chaser newspaper, there is almost enough for one decent book. So we had to do interviews and add them as well.
That's right, exactly.
All right, Marcel, on behalf of all at Chaser who aren't Charles, you should have known this would happen. Come on.
Yes.
Look,
Mea
optimistic.
culpa.
What can I say?
We should put a warning on the Chaser Shop website. Warning.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Caveat Chaser.
Yeah, that's it.
So, Charles, look, I'm impressed by your openness.
Yes.
I don't know that was a great idea for everyone who has a consumer complaint because we will have queues. There will be queues hundreds of people long.
When you're as used to criticism as I am, you get very good at accepting criticism.
You've done a lot of therapy to get to the point, haven't you? It's impressive. You're so open to admitting the flaws in yourself.
Yes.
Let's have a whole episode about those flaws coming up soon. If you've got any email podcast@chaser.com.au, it's a long list. You can add to it the things Charles needs to feel sorry about.
Our gear is from Rogue. We are part of the Iconoclast Network. Catch you tomorrow.